What's up, guys? Inigami here, and we're back with more Katawa Shoujo track meeting. I think that's right. Right, we're going to go to our Emmy's track meeting. The morning sunlight streamed through my window wakes me up instead of my alarm, and I realize that it must be Sunday. Emmy has kindly gave me the weekends off for our morning runs. I don't actually know if I woke up at all yesterday or if I just slept through the entire day. My legs groan in protest as I lever myself out of the bed. All this running has really taken it out of me. Still, I can't deny that Emmy wasn't lying to me. It has gotten a little easier. Deigned. Oh, like ordained. I've been worried that the runs would start to wear on my nerves, but thus far I haven't minded them that much. Well, it's only been a week. I suppose there's plenty of time for me to start dreading the sound of my alarm in the morning. Not that I could ever skip out now. As Emmy said, it's harder to stop a routine when there's another person. And frankly, I don't think I'm equipped to deal with a disappointed Emmy. She'd probably give me those puppy dog eyes and I feel terrible about myself. Which reminds me, wasn't I supposed to be somewhere today? Whoa! Oh no, you're not breaking Emmy's heart, right? Of course. I owe you. Exactly. Let's do it. That's a neato transition. I better get a move on if I don't want to miss her running, since she's the only reason I'm even considering going. Otherwise, it would defeat the whole purpose of going. Isn't Rin supposed to be making sure that we're there? Like, Rin was like, yeah, I'll make sure he goes. I'm going too. And soon I find myself quite suddenly surrounded by a crowd of people, all turning out to see our track team compete with another school like this one. Another disabled school. It's almost comforting to know we're not the only school like this. After all, after you see that there can be two schools with a bunch of defective kids. Defective. You also stop feeling unique, which in most cases would be a bad thing, but in this case, it sure as hell isn't. That's part of Yamaku's appeal, I guess. Learn that you're not unique. Hell, learn that there's others who would kill to be saddled with your problem instead of whatever they're dealing with. Some of the kids here aren't here because they're missing a leg or have a heart condition. Some of them might be here because they're as good as dead in 2, maybe 3 years if they're lucky. And that's only if they get the right sort of care. It's a bitter sort of comfort to say, well, at least I've got a chance of being alive through college, but there it is. I am brought out of my rather morbid musings by the appearance of Rin near the entrance of the bleachers. You came. I did. But that was last night. I'm here now. Of course. That doesn't necessarily imply you have to follow through. Lots of people say things they don't mean. Well, I don't. Rin shrugs. Seemingly bored with our conversation, she turns on her heels and heads back towards the stands. I owe Emmy money now. Why is that? It's a bet. Emmy did think you'd show up. I owe her 500 yen. You two bet an awful lot, don't you? I bet you do. I don't think so. We enter the bleachers and Rin nods upwards. This is like the exact same background that we practiced. This is the exact same background we practiced in, I think, yeah. Up there. I came out to see if you'd come. For the bet, I presume. Rin leads the way and soon we've settled down in an almost empty bench. There's another older woman sitting next to Rin. Someone's mother, I assume. Well, it can't be Rin's. She's got 2 arms. She's got rather long, done-up hair in a braid. On seeing Rin, she gives an oddly familiar-seeming grin. Well, this is surprising, says woman with braid. I thought you went to get a snack, not a boy. Ooh, boys. Huh? A snack? I am the snack, baby. I wondered why I was down there. The woman laughs again in a way that seems familiar. Where have I seen her before? Well, I suppose you've always been one to go out for one thing and bring back another. I'm being rude. I haven't introduced myself. Hi, I'm Emmy's mother. Yeah! I'm Mako, Emmy's mother. Pleased to meet you. Well, that explains that she looks like Emmy. This is a future. Taller, better endowed Emmy. Gotta make sure we have that point. She's my mom. I've just forgotten about her. Apart from her hair being darker shade than Emmy's, there's really no mistaking the resemblance. Sorry, I'm Hisao. Hi, Hisao. And really, you don't have to apologize for not introducing yourselves, Miss Ibarazaki. That's really Rin's job in this situation, isn't it? Yeah, how dare you, Rin? I take it you've not known Rin for that long, then. It's best not to expect her to remember something like that. She's got some other things to think about, like her lack of arms. Rin nods, seemingly pleased by this assessment. She's right. I was thinking about sunsets. You see, it's really up to us to make the introductions and the like. I was thinking about high fives and handshakes and opening doors. Miss Ibarazaki leans back a little in her seat and raises an eyebrow. So, what are you doing after school today? She asks. Nothing much, Mom. How long have you and Rin been dating? My response consists of silence and my brain suddenly lurches into gear, but just before I can begin to utter a hastily babbled explanation, Emmy's mother bursts into laughter. You're a blusher, aren't you? I don't know if there's a way to keep my dignity in this situation, for I settle for a muffled response. All these hand jokes. High five. Come on. Come on. High five. Come on. Foot 5. So, this must be a new romance then, mustn't it? Wait, that's not the question. Another laugh. I know, it's funny to watch you squirm. Oh, she's a teaser. I'm sorry, forgive an old woman her amusements. Oh no, I'm not dating your daughter. I like a woman with more experience, ma'am. Old woman? She sure doesn't look that old to me. Clearly Emmy gets her youthful features from her mother. I suppose I can let it go. How kind of you. It's starting. I direct my attention to the track. Were they prepared? For the first sprint. Wow, we are literally just in time. Nice. I like this. I like the handless girl. Handless girl can't do anything else besides getting those bandages. You've got to get something replacing that bandaged wound. It looks like the 400-meter dash. My eyes scan the runners before finding Emmy. Really? She's right there in front of me. I don't know how I missed her. She's smiling with an almost cocky look on her face. She looks like a praying mantis. The starter raises his pistol. I don't get this fucking pose. Like, this looks so incredibly awkward. It looks like she's off balance. Pooh! Emmy explodes off the block, disappearing from the starting line in a blur. Oh, poor girl. That's amazing. Even as the other sprinters converge on the lanes closest to the inside, Emmy surges to the front of the pack. By the time she rounds the final turn, some of the other runners have caught up with her. Their efforts seem to be naught, though, since a final burst of speed from Emmy leaves them at least half a second behind. Miss Ibarazaki whoops and shouts, applauding wildly and generally looking like any other parent cheering on their child. Emmy bounds off the track, looking pleased with herself. I cheer right along with the rest of them. The announcer, sounding suspiciously like Misha, gleefully gives the results. I think she's gotten faster since the last time. That was incredible. Emmy's a heck of a runner. We fall silent on as the next event is being prepared. I'm surprised to see Emmy striding out onto the track again. Wait, didn't she just run? Emmy's mother nods. Yes, but she runs multiple events for the same team, especially the sprints. It's a lot of running, but Emmy can handle it. Doing like literally 2 back-to-back sprints doesn't seem like a good strategic choice, but what do I know? Emmy doesn't appear to be tired, as if she hasn't run the previous event at all. If not for the sweat visible on her shirt, you'd never know. Nice. Which event is this? 200-meter dash. She'll do this one, the 100-meter, and the relay. I see. Once again, the pistol sounds, and once again, Emmy fires off the block. A thumping sound draws my attention away from the race. It's Rin's foot. Oh, she's Thumper. You'd be tired of swimming. I would too. Like doing two, like you don't even do, like you can't even do 2 races back to back when swimming because of different heats. Like you've got at least like the worst swimmers in between even if you're like first heat. Emmy's mother cheers again. I assume that the race is over. Sprints don't seem to me like they take very long to complete. Your foot! Huh? Your foot is bouncing on the bleachers. Oh! You seem pretty into this stuff. I'm surprised. Rin looks at me quizzically. That's what friends are for, right? Why wouldn't I be? No reason. I just thought stuff like sports wouldn't interest you. I suppose you're right. I only like some things. I don't like football, baseball, basketball. I'm fine with soccer. I think Rin likes soccer. I imagine she doesn't like tennis, doesn't like ping pong. Maybe she can handle ping pong, actually. I'm watching Emmy, not the sport. I am too. I don't follow. I am following. I'm not playing Cookie Clicker. Of course I am. Emmy is the most Emmy when she runs. You don't get to see Emmy at her Emmyest very often. But here you can see. She directs my attention towards the track again, where the 100-meter dash is about to start. I watch Emmy closely. As she gets into the starter block, her whole body seems to relax, but it's a false relaxation. I can see she's actually like a coiled spring. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She can use like her head or hold the ping pong in her mouth, ping pong racket in her mouth. So ping pong. I think ping pong's fine. I think ping pong can happen. When the starter tells everyone to get set, her eyes snap up. Her head snaps up and her eyes narrow slightly. Her mouth curls upwards in what could be a grin and could be a growl. When the pistol goes off, it's as if she's been unleashed from a cage, like she was always moving at this blinding speed, but we can't see it happening until the starter's pistol dispelled the illusion of motionlessness. It's all over in a few seconds, but in those few seconds, I feel like I just witnessed something very personal for Emmy. As soon as she crosses the finish line, the fierce look was replaced by her normal grin. The conquering general returning to his farm. Okay. She's really amazing. I've never seen anyone move that fast. Well, don't look at me. I'm far too relaxed to run that fast. No, I think Emmy's prowess all comes from her father's side. At the mention of Emmy's father, Miss Ibarazaki looks wistful, almost sad. Oh, right, because of the car accident. She told me. I'm uncertain as to whether or not that would be rude to ask after Emmy's father. Yeah, he's dead. After that look in her face a few days ago, I feel compelled to ask, where's her father right now, if I ask? He's right here, in this urn that we bring along to her competition so her father can see what's going on. Emmy's mother hesitates, clearly not willing to answer the question, but at the same time not wishing to appear rude. He's not around anymore. Where'd he go? Did he get snacks? Does he need any help bringing back snacks? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. Emmy just seemed a little sad when she mentioned him. Yeah, because he's dead. It's not surprising considering they were very... Oh my god, we're so fucking dense. Jesus. I think you'd drop a ball of lead on us and it'd float. I see. A beeping noise suddenly emanates from Miss Ibarazaki's pocket. Reaching into it, she pulls out a cell phone and looks at it. Text messages? Ringing text messages? What is he, 16? Oh, nothing. I've just got a new boy toy. Will you tell Emmy I'm very proud of her and I'll call her later tonight? Oh my god, Mako, you sly fox, you. You vixen. Oh, I thought we talked to Rin. I'll admit I zoned out for a while. I almost didn't notice the relay is about to begin, but when I look, I can't find Emmy. I thought Emmy was going to be running the relay. Yeah, she's like 3rd or 4th. She runs anchor. So she won't be running for a while. Ah, did you see it? Huh? Emmy at her Emmyest. Maybe this time. The race begins. I cheer Emmy's teammates along as they pass the baton. Huh, do you think this girl's gonna be passing the baton? Finally, I see Emmy sprinting onto the track to take the final handoff. Once again, I'm taken aback by how graceful she looks when she runs. It really is beautiful. The look of determination and fearlessness on her face only adds to the picture. Emmy at her Emmyest, I suppose. But then as she crosses the finish line, I see her stumble slightly. It's only barely, but it's a definite stumble. Rin inhales sharply and actually looks concerned for a second. Aw, Emmy. Did she hurt herself, you think? You notice it too? It must be bad. She frowns as if deciding on the next course of action. Eventually, that proves to be too tiresome and she shrugs again. Well, let's go down. To Pound Town. Oh. See if you can find a laurel branch. Oh, the victory laurels. Haha, that's not gonna be easy. Rin shrugs. At least we tried. We barely tried. Well, we didn't really try out that hard. I agree. Emmy is surrounded by her teammates, all of them congratulating her on the run. Rin seems to be waiting for Emmy to notice that she's arrived. Oh yeah, I guess she can't exactly wave Emmy over. Just throw your sleeves around to see if you get her attention. I'm not sure that Rin would do such a thing, even if she had arms. It doesn't seem her style to draw attention to herself, or to emote beyond shrugging. Either way, I'm not willing to wait, so I wave to Emmy, who looks up and grins happily at us. Hey, you showed up? Guess Rin owes me money, huh? We would have brought a crown of laurels, but Hisao didn't find one. How's Rin gonna do chiaki? Rin can just twirl her sleeves. She could chiaki whoop with her sleeves. It wasn't my job to look for the laurels. When did we assign jobs? When I said see if you can find a laurel branch. Trying to keep up. I shrug. Guess Rin's rubbing off on me. I'd like that too, if you know what I mean. Seems it's my fault after all, Emmy. Emmy laughs at me and Rin. It's okay, I'm sure you'll make up for it to me somehow. Sure. Good, so how did I look? I stopped myself from blurring out beautiful or amazing and settle for the substantially safer, very impressive. Emmy seems pleased with this assessment. I don't mention how much more impressive her performance is given her lack of legs. Besides, it seems like it would take away from her effort somehow. Who's best girl? Clearly Emmy's best girl, who we're going for in this route. Great to hear. I was worried I looked a little slow in the relay, but I guess I did fine, huh? Rin kicks me and keeps me from finishing my sentence. What was that all about? He noticed it at the end. That's no good. Guess the nerds will look at it for me later. There's a carelessness in her voice, as if it isn't a big deal, but I suddenly notice a slight twitch on her face, like she's trying to hide the fact that she's in pain. It's then that I notice her breathing's a little shallow too. I guess she really is hurt. She must notice my concern because she skips up to me and gives me a friendly pat on the shoulder. Hey, you look a little worried. I'm fine, really. Daijobu. Everything is daijobu. Just sore from all the running. Girl, with you and me, we could be sore from lots of other types of exercises. Oh no. Emmy grins, and for a moment she looks like she did during her sprint. Fierce and unconquerable. Or to put it another way, really beautiful. Hasn't yet. Well then, I guess I shouldn't worry, huh? Damn right, I'm Emmy Ibarazaki, fastest thing with no legs. I don't stop for anything. What about a bird or a plane? I guess birds have legs. What about a fish? Emmy giggles and then seems to remember something. Oh, before I forget. Mwah. Rin and I are going to do something next Sunday as a post-track meet celebration, a whole week away. You should come along. Normally we do it the day after, but since the track meet was on Sunday, I've got homework in class. Okay, well that makes sense. Plus our morning run, of course. Of course. Oh right, your mom wanted to say she's proud of you. She'll call you later tonight. I thought I saw her in the stands. I'm glad she made it. Used to be my dad who showed up to my meets, but Mom's done a pretty good job of taking over. Rin shivers slightly and I realize she's still all sweaty. Need me to help you bathe, girl? I'm not cold at all. I've got my jacket with me, so without a word, I throw it around her shoulders. Emmy jumps slightly, then grins at me. Thanks. It's getting a little cold, I guess. Yeah, looked like it. I love Rin back here just looking. I was like, yeah. Sure, flirt without me. I don't care. Just as I begin to wonder whether or not giving Emmy my jacket could be taken the wrong way, a boy in a track uniform approaches. Ugh, a boy. Thanks. She turns to Rin and me. You don't have to stick around for this part. It takes forever. Besides, you should get cracking in your homework. If you don't want to be up late, Hisao. Morning run tomorrow, don't forget. How could I? Good point. I mean, it's spending time with me after all. Solaris, if we spend time with a boy, we're not spending time with Lily. I want you to remember that. With this, she waves quickly and dashes off to receive her medals, or whatever they pass off as a medal these days. Rin and I head back away from the track, Rin remaining deep in whatever thoughts she was for most of the walk back to her dorm. As I see her off, she speaks up. You're probably not getting that coat back, I think. I'm sure I'll get it back eventually. Interesting. Take it as it comes, huh? Very Emmy-ish. With this odd statement, she turns and heads into the building. Was it that big a deal? Emmy was cold, unless I'm mistaken, in pain. Giving her a solution to at least one of these problems seems like an obvious reaction. Though I guess there's a chance I could lose my jacket if Emmy never remembers to return it. I guess Rin has a point. Maybe Emmy just likes to smell my jacket. Still, I can't bring myself to muster much worry over the whole thing. After all, it's been getting a lot warmer lately. I don't need a jacket. A man's never cold. Not cold. Odd. I think I used to be a little more responsible with my stuff. Emmy-ish, huh? Maybe that's not really a bad thing. That was a short day. That was an entire day. That was a short day. You haven't been forgetting to take your medicine, have you? I'm catching a little murmur. You should take it easy for a few days. The nurse's words hurt me far more than the exhaustion of the morning run ever could. Take it easy for a few days? I knew I should have kept quiet. I kept my eyes on the floor, feeling like a complete idiot. Of course I hadn't been remembering to take my medicine. I've been running out of my room to get to the track before Emmy. After the track meet a few days ago, I felt inspired. So I've been running warm-up laps in the morning before Emmy shows up. But then today, while Stu and I were running, I felt a pain in my chest. It was only slight, only for a second, so I mentioned it to the nurse. Honestly, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I kept running and finished just fine, so really, it couldn't have been that bad. Why do I feel like I'm making excuses to the nurse? Moreover, why do I feel a need to justify continuing to run despite the pain? Really, it comes down to my being unwilling to concern Emmy, who seems concerned anyways. I'm not sure how she was able to tell there was anything wrong, but she claims I stumbled a little. She's the one who insisted I tell the nurse, so now I feel bad for worrying her at all. The nurse is shaking his head ruefully while Emmy paces outside. Now, I know it's difficult for you to get into a new routine, but if you don't want to find yourself in a lot of trouble, you're going to have to try a little harder. You can't afford to forget your pills, and you can't push yourself too hard. But if I don't push myself, how will I improve? The nurse seems to have an idea. Now, where have I heard that before? He laughs and pats me on the shoulder. She's rubbing off on you, I guess. His expression changes again, and he's back in serious mode. Look, I'm not saying you shouldn't push yourself, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't be taking your medication, and it doesn't mean you shouldn't stop if your chest starts to bother you. Like, literally, the medication's on us. We can take our dang medication, okay? I prefer not to have any fatalities while I'm on staff here. A bit of a lofty goal, to be sure. I'm always up for a challenge. I hate to admit it, but I think he's right. I've got to remember to take my medication. You're right, sorry. You're worried? You're a smart kid. Who's worried? You're a smart kid, right? I know you can be responsible with Sal. In a situation like yours, you've got to learn to be responsible fast. I know. His expression suddenly becomes devious. I suppose you've started to enjoy your runs with Emmy then. Yeah, they're really helping me. I mean, until today, I was feeling a lot more healthy. Plus, it's really impressive to see Emmy run. Did you see her at the track meet? No, he was working. She was incredible. The nurse nods, grinning all the— oh wait, no, he was there. Well, maybe he was there. She had to see the nurse afterwards, at least. That she is Hisao. I watched her first couple of races before I had some business to take care of, but she told me all about it. Kind of you to loan her your jacket, by the way. Oh yeah, wasn't that big of a deal. I'd honestly forgotten all about it. I still haven't gotten it back. The nurse gets a smile that makes me feel like he'd just make a joke. Not to you, but Emmys certainly appreciate it. I know she appreciates your running with her in the mornings. This one catches me a little off guard. Sure, she mentioned it's easier to keep on a schedule with an extra person, but I didn't think I was doing her a favor at all. I thought she was doing me the favor. She tries harder when you're around. If there's someone else running with her, she's going to push herself more. And she tries even harder when you're around. Well, it's you. Do you know something, nurse? What does that mean? That means you're dense, motherfucker. Oh, you'd love to know, wouldn't you? Yeah, I mean, like, you're pretty dense. He laughs in a style of evil megalomaniacs. No, seriously, it's because you're her friend. If Rin ran with her, I'm sure she'd do the same. Well, probably, but that's not the point. The point is, you're helping her even if you don't know you are. And she's grateful for that, even if she never says it. What do you mean? Emmy doesn't talk a lot, but she and I have known each other long enough that I can read her most of the time. I'll admit it, I have no idea what he's talking about. Emmy seems pretty talkative to me. I see. The nurse suddenly realized he's been rambling non-stop, looking a little embarrassed. Anyways, you don't have to stop your morning exercise. Just walk the track instead of running for a few days. Let things calm down. And take your damn medicine. Yes, sirree. Ah! I laugh at the exit, bumping straight into Emmy. Sorry about that. Are you okay? What did the nurse say? Do you need to go to the hospital? Oh my gosh, it was my fault, wasn't it? I've been pushing you too hard, haven't I? I am a horrible person. The words pour forth like a torrent. She's really agitated. I didn't expect her to be this concerned with me, to be honest. Gotta calm her down, but how do I do that? I do the only thing I can think of. I kiss her. I give her a hug. Emmy tenses up slightly, so I pat her on her head. In what I hope is a reassuring manner. Oh, head pats are great. Hey, settle down. I'm fine, okay? No worries. I can feel Emmy's body relax as I continue to assure her I'm fine. Her arms wrap around me as if she's trying to confirm that I'm not about to fall over dead. I catch a whiff of her hair. It smells like sweat, or how adrenaline should smell. It's the scent of activity. And a hint of strawberries. Yay! I just need to remember to take my medicine, that's all. Don't worry about it, it's not your fault. You sure? Her voice is muffled, mostly because at the moment her face is pressed into my chest. Yeah, I'm sure. I just need to take it a little easy for the next few days. It suddenly occurs to me how close the two of us are. It also occurs to me how nice being this close feels. I can feel Emmy's heartbeat calming down. I have to resist the urge to rest my chin on top of her head. No, I'll do it. It's super cute. Thank goodness. You really had me worried there, Hisao. Emmy, you gotta come in here anytime soon? Sorry, come on. Sorry, was I interrupting? The two of us sprang apart as if we just caught on fire. Emmy brushes her hair back nervously and laughs. Of course not. I'll, see you later, okay? Oh, and Hisao? Take your damn medicine. The last phrase is punctuated by a punch to the shoulder. I'll remember. See you later. The nurse smiles again as if he's in on some joke I don't know about and waves to me as I head for my room, feeling a burning in my cheeks. Look, we don't even wait for her to finish. What kind of gentlemen are we? A cold one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. She was really soft. My pills are waiting for me as I make it to my room. I swallow them without a second thought. I don't know why I didn't think of waiting until after the runs to take them. For some reason I figured it was when I woke up or not at all. But no, they only need to be taken every 24 hours. The exact time of day doesn't factor into it. My thoughts drift back to the hug in the hallway. It's weird. You'd expect someone to smell foul after a run, but for some reason, Emmy smelled right. That tinge of sweat just seemed to fit her. Oh, we have a smell fetish. I like it. I really need that shower. The days are so short now. All we did was get a erection from smelling our waifu. Strange that it feels so natural for me to go up to the roof these days. I never would have done such a thing at my old school. In those days, I liked to eat alone. No, that's not quite true, though I like to sit alone. I also like to watch people. I always figured that was sort of the person I was, but it appears I was wrong. Then again, I also thought I was the sort of person who had a normal heart. I don't know myself that well. Now I'm on the roof, so that I can have lunch with a couple of people. And they are both girls. Girls. Oddly enough, I feel closer to Emmy and Rin than I felt to anyone at my old school. Somehow I get the feeling they at least visit me if I wound up in a hospital. I focus on the view of the roof, banishing such thoughts from my head. There's a light breeze blowing and the sun is shining high in the sky. The sky itself is deep blue and hardly a cloud in it. It's gotten pleasantly warm, and as I sit down to wait for my friends, I close my eyes and enjoy the feeling of the sun seeping into my skin. And we're dead. I wake up and I'm tugging at my pants. Seems to have fallen asleep on us, Rin. Maybe he's faking to lull us into a false sense of security. Why would he do that? No idea. He's a predator. He's a carnivore, ready to devour some girls. We should kick him. Oh, please, have Rin kick me. Emmy's kicks, I imagine, are more painful. Emmy looms over me with only a Emmy looms over me like only a short girl can, peering at me intensely. Oh, you're awake. I guess we don't have to kick you then. Was it a part of your master plan? What are you talking about? Emmy shrugs, her twin tails bouncing with emotion. I'm not sure either. You must be pretty tired to fall asleep out here. Although it's pretty comfortable, I suppose. She plops down next to me and begins to eat. Rin sits opposite the two of us, a move which only makes me more aware of the girl sitting next to me. If I didn't know any better, I swear Rin did it on purpose. I concentrate on my food, trying to tune out the majority of the conversation that Rin and Emmy are having. Despite my best efforts, however, I still find myself glancing over at Emmy whenever she speaks. I notice how she purses her lips when she's thinking about something, squinting slightly as if that would improve her thinking ability. Rin says something that makes Emmy laugh. I notice, perhaps for the first time, how she laughs with her whole body rocking back and forth, head thrown back, almost like she's about to fall over. I probably look like a creep. Like a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. It's about this time I realize Emmy's looking at me, her voice raised slightly, so she's probably just asked me a question. Sorry, kind of zoned out. Emmy rolls her eyes, with while a slight quirk of her eyebrow is the only sign that Rin's even paying attention. I said, did you get a career survey in your class too? You know, one of those, what do you want to do after high school things? I don't think so. Maybe we'll get one tomorrow. What are you going to put down? What I want to do after high school? You. I guess I always figured I'd go to college after high school, but I have no idea what I'd do once I get there. And with a heart attack and all, I really been concentrating on each day as it came rather than making long-term plans. I suppose I can safely start planning ahead again. I've always liked having at least a vague plan of my future, so it'll be nice to come up with one again. Of course, that doesn't change the fact that right now I've got absolutely no clue. I've always kind of assumed I'd figured it out in college, or just became a salaryman. That's pretty popular. Ugh, boring. I guess I don't really want to do anything. You don't sound very excited about that one, do you? She laughs as she said this, and I'm caught up in her laugh again. It's so girlish, high and giggly, like a babbling brook. It bubbles out of her, starting with her belly and working its way up to her throat. I can't help but laugh myself. It's infectious. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty unhappy with the salaryman idea. But to be honest, I haven't given much thought of the future. I suppose that these days, I've been more concerned with living one day at a time. Emmy considers this for a moment and grins. That's a pretty good idea. I just wrote down pirate. 2 peg legs. I'm momentarily stunned. That's why her eyes... She's practicing to being a pirate right now. Arr. I stopped myself and managed to gasp out a question. You're not actually serious. Of course she's serious. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Well, I've got the legs for it already. Yeah! Rin seems amused by this. Just you wait, I'll be the terror of the high seas. I'll show you all. I've been even working on my pirate voice. She suddenly springs up and begins swaggering up and down the rooftop, shouting orders. Yar, me hearties, give me a broadside with the long guns. We'll wear their guts for garters. Do you know what that means? Rin's unexpected interruption stops Emmy in her tracks. Not really, but it's all under delivery. The ringing of the bell prevents her from demonstrating her point further. Emmy dashes off, immediately leaving Rin and myself on the roof. Rin stares at me intently for a few moments. Is there something wrong? Rin considers this question closely. After a lengthy pause, she shakes her head. Oh, there's a pirate emo. That's neato. Nope. Oh, why the staring then? Rin shakes her head again. Nope, I don't get it. Get what? The staring thing. You two seem to, but I don't. Great, she saw me staring. Now she probably thinks I'm a pervert. Yeah, I am. I'm talking about me. Actually, probably not. This is Rin we're talking about after all. Still, I feel the need to defend myself. I wasn't staring. I was just looking at her breasts. Her face. Rin actually snorts at this, but she didn't say anything. No, really. I was just distracted. Eager to end this conversation, I head back to class. I'm greeted by the twin specters of Shizune and Misha looking at like they mean business. Well, Shizune looks like she means business anyways. Misha just looks at me like she's about to start laughing at any minute. Up on the roof again? You know that's dangerous, don't you? That's right. The school cannot be held responsible for any injury that comes from being up there, you know. Furthermore, we could report you for breaking the rules. Misha leans in and whispers conspiratorially. But we won't. You three are too cute together. She straightens up again, laughing at my sudden blush. You're too easy to tease, Hichan. Hey, come on. I'm new here, sort of. Isn't it mean to pick on the newcomer like this? Nope. It's to help you get acclimated with your new surroundings. I see. Well, do you have to be so overzealous about it? Yep. That aside, Hichan, we were looking for you this morning, but you weren't in your room. Of course I wasn't. I was out in the morning exercise. Unlike you. Shizune looked peeved. And a beat later, so does Misha. Or she tries to, at any rate. That's because of student council business. You should be grateful that we worked so hard for you. Oh, I am. So what'd you need me for? Not another attempt to rope me in to do their dirty work, I hope. We had to give you something, but since you weren't around, we dropped it off in your room. Oh, you'll find out what it is, Hichan. Muto entered the room, ending our conversation. We all head to our seats. It's only after I settled down and the teachers started talking about something that something odd strikes me. What do you mean? What did Rin mean? You two seem... Was Emmy staring at something too? Dun dun dun. That's right, Solaris always use protection. For a brief moment, I considered the possibility that Emmy was staring at me the way I was staring at her. That's ridiculous. Still, I can't deny I wouldn't mind if it were true. But it's best to not think of it. No need to get my hopes up. I'm an Ugo after all. I shake my head and attempt to clear and focus on the lesson. After class, I make my way to my room. Muto really piled on the homework today. Kenji, we need to talk. These rooftop shenanigans of yours, man, they've got to stop. What? You're running around a rooftop with the limbless wonders. They're women. You'll get yourself killed. I don't follow. Kenji sighs. Look, we're friends, so I'm telling you for your own good. But if I were going to kill someone, it'd do it by throwing them off the roof and make it look like an accident. I've thought of it too. You can be sure they've thought of it too. They're crafty, almost as crafty as I am. I see. Good. I'm glad we had this chat. Loan me $5. I'm sorry? I need to get a drink. I've been inside all day and the tap water's been compromised, I'm sure you know. So I need to stock up on something canned. I need 500 yen. And since I've just saved your life with my timely advice, you can at least spare me 500 yen. You know. If it'll make you go away, 500 yen is a bargain. I hand the money over to Kenji, who nods and thanks and dashes off down the hallway, but not before he locks his door. What an exhausting person. I'd better go in case he changes his mind. As I close the door, my heel taps against something laying on the floor. It's a brightly colored rectangle of paper. Ah, this must be the something. Prius Student Council leaflet. I pick it up. Someone actually wrote an old-fashioned handwritten paper letter. Well, I guess it's not written. Who bothers doing something like that in this day and age? Yet, as unlikely as the prospect of receiving one sounds, this is definitely a letter I have in my hands. I love you. I was planning on finishing my homework, getting some dinner, and going to bed in order to be ready for tomorrow's morning run. However, the letter has naturally caught my interest. I sit on my desk to examine it properly. It's the first piece of mail I received here at Yamaku, so it feels special even if it wasn't something as rare as a handwritten letter. It causes me even more trepidation. The name of the sender written neatly on the back of the envelope. Iwanako. I have no idea why she would write to me. I haven't been in contact with anyone from my old school since I transferred, and Iwanako's the last person I expected to write me a letter. Oh shit, it's the girl who gave us the heart palpitations. Right? I think so. The last time I saw Iwanako was terribly awkward and embarrassingly so. She came to my hospital room, peeled an apple out of courtesy, and we practically sat in silence for half an hour. She said goodbye and didn't look me in the eye when she closed the door. It might have been a natural end to the series of visits that we were probably pretty painful for both of us. Every time she visited me in the hospital, I wanted to talk to her, but something stopped me every time. Every time I didn't speak made the next time even harder. She looked so guilty I didn't want to say anything that might upset her, and I could never figure out the right words to say. I think Iwanako blamed herself for my heart attack. She was so hot I couldn't help having a heart attack. I told her it wasn't her fault. She nodded, and I really think she understood that if it hadn't been that, then sooner or later something else would have made my heart give out. Yet she seemed so helplessly sad every time she opened that door and entered my room. So I never managed to say the things I wanted to say. In the end, that might have hurt her even more. Carefully, I opened the envelope and draw out the folder folded within. Oh, thank goodness it's in English. I hope you're well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second year class got put together in 3-1 for the final year. So we're pretty comfortable, right? From the beginning of the year. I'm sure you've been assigned to this class as well. You would have been. The mood among the third years seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they were so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time. Even old Mr. Takibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure he'd retire after our second year, but here he is, nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit, I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams. It's so weird to think we are already seniors, isn't it? Time has really flown past. I wonder where it went. The new first years seem so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic this whole time. Right, for the whole trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing because I felt like there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret I wasn't able to say them in person. I have no excuses. I crumble up the sheet of paper and toss it across the room. My aim is off, so the letter rolls down my nightstand instead of going into the wastebasket. Rude. That was an apology for abandoning me. Even I don't know that I really need it anymore at this point. The hospital seems like a lifetime ago, and here now I've got other things on my mind, like Emmy. It wasn't great to be abandoned during my stay. It's not something I'm worried about anymore. In fact, I hadn't even thought about the hospital in what feels like forever until this letter came in. I've got exams to study. I have no time for the past. Not now. About that homework. I'm going to guess at some point in the future, Emmy comes to her room and finds the note that's just crumbled up on the floor. It's not even like... It's not even like a confessional note, it's just a note. I'm waiting patiently in the hallway of the girls' dormitory. Nice. Emmy is apparently helping Rin getting dressed. Nice. I suppose that makes perfect sense, as I have no idea how Rin would get dressed otherwise. Picnic. Picnic? That's what I said. Exciting. I know, right? Rin chooses this moment to make an observation. The sky seems threatening today. I actually noticed that too on my way over. Despite the sunshine of the early morning, the afternoon seems to have taken a turn for the gloomy. There's a heaviness in the air as well that usually heralds a rainstorm. I wonder if I should have brought my umbrella. She's got a point. Emmy, are you sure you want to risk getting caught in the rain? I don't know why I bothered asking. Emmy pops out of Rin's room into the hallway looking shocked I even suggest canceling our plans. Of course. What, the threat of rain supposed to stop me? I can't help but grin at her belligerent response. It's almost like she's daring the rain to come. If Mother Nature were walking down the street, I think Emmy would probably start a fight with her. Or at least challenge her to a race. In fact, Emmy seems almost aggressively cheerful today. Rin wanders out into the hallway looking her usual self. Well then, are we ready to go? I'm ready. Rin nods and says a single word. Basket. Beg pardon? Just, what, 2 words? 3 words. Basket in Emmy's room. You should carry it. What? Rin, you're not gonna carry it? I'll just tie it to your sleeves. It's fine. I almost forgot about it. Nice save, Rin. Emmy darts into her room and emerges with what looks like a very well-stocked picnic basket. As she hands it over to me, I note it feels heavy enough to be one. Good lord, how much food did she pack? More to the point, where did she get the money for all this? So, ready to head out? Yep, it's just food. It's not like that expensive, dude. I can't help but frown when I notice how gray the sky is. It's almost like someone put a filter over the picture. Still, Emmy does not seem concerned by such petty concerns. As the color of the sky... Oh. Concerns the color of the sky. She's positively skipping as we walk. Which reminds me, where are we going? This brings Emmy up short, and she shoots me an embarrassed look. I hadn't thought about that. What do you think? Well, there's a spot where we ate during the festival, but it might be nice to leave the campus for a while. However, I'm not sure if there's any good places to do that in town. Just as I'm about to open my mouth, Rin unexpectedly interjects. There's a park in town near the art shop. Great idea, Rin. I totally forgot. Crisis averted. Do you know how to get there, Rin? Of course she does. She loves the art shop. And it's pretty likely. Good enough for me. I would prefer knowing for sure, but what the hell. Lead on, Rin. The 3 of us quickly made our way off campus and take the road into town. The basket's a bit heavy. I hope the park's close by. We pass the art supply store, Rin slowing her pace slightly as we go by. Emmy notices Rin change of pace and stops. You want to go in, Rin? Nothing I need. Are you sure? There's a slight flutter of a smile on Rin's face, quickly replaced by her usual expression. Life's uncertain, but in this, at least I'm pretty sure. Nice of you to offer. Well, it's not like I'm the one carrying the basket. I bet Hisao wouldn't have minded anyways, right? Of course not. It's hardly a heavy load. I flex for emphasis. Emmy stifles a snort of laughter by pointing to the park at which we suddenly arrived. I remember this place. I ran into you here that one time, right? Rin's eyebrow raises slightly. Maybe. I'm unwilling to say for certain one way or another. I have no strong feelings one way or another, says the neutral people from the neutral planet. Well, I'll be. We made it in one piece after all. One piece! The sun's still nowhere to be seen, but neither Emmy nor Rin seem to mind. Aw, what a cute picture. We find a spot to sit in the grass, and I set my basket down gracefully. There's a surprising amount of food prepared. Well, maybe we're supposed to be joined by Emmy's teammates or something. These grapes are not even being held in the basket. Chips. A sandwich that's just there. I'm starving. Dig in. She attacked the food as if she had nothing to eat for years. I'm just reaching for the food myself when I feel the first drop of rain land on the back of my hand. Uh-oh. Looks like the weather's not going to cooperate with us after all. Emmy glares at the sky as if that alone would hold back the rain. I very nearly believe she can do it. It's one heck of a glare. It had better cooperate. Do you hear me, sky? You stop that raining right this instant. The sky doesn't seem inclined to listen to her despite the commanding tone she's taken. Yeah, I think Rin looks better in that picture than in this one. Instead, the rain seems to increase. Rin wrinkles her nose in distaste at this turn of events. Regrettable. What do you mean? Rin shrugs. I could paint this if I weren't out here. Shame to miss it all. She doesn't seem angry or annoyed, just a little disappointed. Emmy laughs in response to Rin's comments. Guess we should have stopped in the art supply store after all. The rain increases a little more, offended that we haven't fled yet. Despite the warm temperatures we've been enjoying, the rain is rather cold. I wish I brought my umbrella. And they're both wearing white shirts. I'm just saying they're both wearing white shirts. Let's see if that pays off. Hey, we should probably head inside to keep dry. We're already pretty wet. Nice. Yeah, but we could dry off this way and maybe wait out the storm. You don't want to catch a cold or anything, do you? Emmy considers this for a moment. I can tell that part of her wants to stay out in the rain just to spite the weather. Unfortunately for her, the weather hardly cares about what to do. I suppose you're right. Why are we wearing our school clothes while we're going out? Because we don't own any other clothes. Where could we go? I don't have an answer for her. The area is still pretty new to me. I guess I'm slowly getting used to the school itself. The surrounding town remains a mystery. Let's go into the art supply store. That's it, the tea shop. Oh. We could have some tea and dry out, no problemo. It doesn't sound like a bad idea. Great, where is it? Sure do. I think. It's an adventure either way, right? Adventure, huh? Well, I suppose we could use a little adventure. Come on and grab your friends. I think as long as we're out here in the rain, get out of the rain, I'll be happy. Whoop. The picnic basket is a little lighter now, at least. Lead on! Rin and I follow Emmy as she weaves through the streets with something approaching confidence. Now a left here. There! The Shanghai! Emmy beams triumphantly as she points to the tea shop. It seems fairly crowded inside, a symptom of the sudden rain, I'm sure. Welcome. Is that the librarian? Yep. She looks the part in her uniform. It's hard to believe this is the same librarian from our school. Does she have two jobs? Or maybe she's her twin sister. I'm Nurse Joy. It's you! Yuko seems to know Emmy. Emmy grins brightly, pleased to be remembered. Yeah, it's hard to remember a girl without feet at the school. I didn't know you worked here too. Did I know you? Come on, girl. She literally has no feet. How hard is it to remember a girl without feet? We met at your other job, library, remember? Ah, yes, that's it. This is bad. I should have remembered a customer's face. I'm terribly sorry. Oh, no? Oh, okay, she is talking to me. Yeah, she is talking to me, my bad. I narrowly avoid getting headbutted in the process of her bowing. Calm down. Listen, I wasn't a customer when we first met. In fact, I hadn't even been to Shanghai, so it's alright. Not the best display of logic, but it seemed to relax her a little. You really think so? I'm sure. Positive. Isn't that right, girls? Emmy has been watching this little drama unfold with considerable amusement. It sure is. Well, okay. So, Yuko, got a room to seat us? Yuko nods and leads us to a corner booth, providing us with some small towels before taking our order. What will you have? I'd like a slice of Emmy to go. What kind of cake? Surprise me. Yuko looks uncomfortable at the thought surprising anyone. She gives a nod and turns to Rin. And for you, I'll take a straw. My feet are all wet. Sorry? The drinking kind of straw. One, please. Yuko, obviously uncertain of what to think about this, she fiddles with her pen and stationery for a moment, looking like she's about to cry. And you? Just tea. Emmy would probably yell at me if I ordered cake. Ah, come on, don't let me be the only one with food. I feel like a pig. What about the food that we had in the picnic basket? Today's your day off. You could be healthy tomorrow. I'll have some cake after all. You could seem slightly irritated that I'm changing my mind. Fuck you. You're a waitress. Wait me. I glance at Emmy and grin. Surprise me. Yuko sighs and nods. Very well, your order will be out soon. Despite the crowd, our order does indeed arrive quickly. Thanks, Yuko. Yuko nods in appreciation. This is a different guy than usual, isn't it? Emmy must notice my confusion because she seems a little embarrassed. Sorry, this is my weekend boy toy. This is my friend Hisao. We've met. We just went over that. Let me know if you need anything. With that, Yuko takes off like a shot. Different guy, huh? That slut. It's probably that kid from the track team. I'ma fuck him up. So, who's this other guy? Secret lover? Is that it? You banging everyone on the track team? Is that it? Is that it? You're just like, you've got no legs, so you just part them easily. Is that it, Emmy? Emmy laughs again. Only I get the feeling it's from nervousness. It's just a track team captain. He likes coming down here after practice sometimes. So if we have anything to discuss, I tag along. Sounds mighty suspicious to me. Oh, I see. I could let the matter drop, but I can't resist at least getting another dig in. So it is a secret lover. I knew it. My self-consciousness is showing. Rin watches our play, seemingly mildly amused before muttering something I don't quite catch. Anyway. What? Huh? Rin jerks back from whatever her mind wandered off to. Huh? What did you just say? Huh? No, before that. No idea. Oh well. Okay. I let the matter drop, but I can't help notice Emmy seems relieved that Rin interrupted the conversation. Maybe I went a little too far. Conversation dies down for a moment as Emmy and I busy ourselves with mine is strawberry and surprisingly good. Oh. Emmy seems to think so too. She suddenly reaches over with her fork and steals a bit. Back off, bitch. This is my cake. Thief. Pirate, there's a difference. We're not on water. Well, no, but there's a lot of water outside, so it still works, right? Besides, you can have some of mine, only if you feed it to me. I should have asked for the strawberry. I like strawberries. Here, I'll feed you my strawberries. Seeing as how you've already stolen some after all. Emmy sticks out her tongue at me, but that doesn't stop her from appropriating my cake. I try some of hers as well. It's raspberry. Haha. Uncultured swine. The rain's let up. It would appear that Rin is correct. Good timing too. I finished my food and it looks like Emmy has as well. Well, we better pay and get a move on before it starts raining again. It takes a few minutes to get Yuko's attention, but we pay and get out pretty quickly. So, you want to return to the park? My jaw nearly drops. Are you kidding? It's probably gonna rain again. In fact, I think I felt some raindrops. You might be right. Well, okay, I'll let you off the hook this time, but you owe me a picnic, got it? I don't know if she's addressing me, Rin, or both of us. Hopefully just me. Fine, fine. Now hurry up. I want to get some laps in the track. And it would be nice to do it without the rain. I thought this was your day off. Well... Emmy seems reluctant to explain. I need to practice. And I need to burn off that cake. Why do I get the feeling she's leaving something out? Are you sure it wasn't that much cake? No, it wasn't that much cake for you. I ate most of it. She's got a point there. Save. New save. Continue. We're gonna run with our waifu. Hey, I'll run with you. I might as well, right? Emmy shakes her head empathically. No, you won't, Hisao. Rest is critical for you, remember? I won't allow you to push yourself too hard. I guess she's better at giving advice than taking it. Whatever you say, Emmy. I think it's probably best not to press the issue. As we approach the girls' dormitory, it starts to rain again. Emmy's expression sours slightly. Aw, man. Stupid rain. Hey, it'll let up soon enough. We can go running then, right? Emmy snorts. Like I'm not gonna run in this rain. Well, you shouldn't. You'll catch a cold. Emmy waves her hand airily. Ridiculous. I don't get colds. My immune system is far too strong for something like that. I can't help but laugh. I'll see you tomorrow then. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Oh, and for carrying the picnic basket. I'll bring it for lunch tomorrow. We can have our picnic on the roof. Sounds good to me. Emmy grabs the basket for me and shoots through the door. Rin gives a snort of half nod and ambles inside as well. Damn, it's wet. I need to get back to my room and into some dry clothes. I'm soon in front of my door, but I'm interrupted by the sudden appearance of Kenji. Hey man, give me a hand. Huh? The books are unceremoniously dumped into my arms. Thank you, you're a lifesaver. If you weren't around, I have to keep my door unlocked, and that's begging for trouble. The perfect opportunity to set up an ambush or maybe just plant a bomb. Probably don't. Afraid they'll break a nail or something if they have to stab me. Women. Where you been, man? I could have used some help carrying these back from the library. I knocked on your door, but you weren't there. Sorry. Not really. You appear to think I'm some kind of pack mule. I was out with the ladies. Ladies. The limbless ladies? What'd you do this time? We shanged. I'm prevented from continuing by a sudden exclamation of despair. The Shanghai? Why the Shanghai? You can't go to the damn Shanghai. It's the most dangerous place in the city. Stronghold of their best agents. I've met them. They'll stop at nothing to lull you into a false sense of security, and then BAM! He hits his door for emphasis. Wallet's gone. Bus pass gone. Identity gone. Promise me you won't go there again. He seems so vehemently opposed to the idea of the Shanghai, I'm willing to lie in order to get to my room. Sure, I won't go there again. Or at least I won't tell you I'm going there. It seems to mollify my bespectacled companion. Good. Sorry to come on so strong. That was weird. But I know the danger there too well to let you just wander into the lion's den again. You'll get out of there alive once, but twice is pushing it. Yeah, I need to get changed and do homework. See ya. Suddenly, I remember I'm still holding his books. You better take these. I catch a glimpse of one of the titles, something about cryptography. What a weirdo. I open my door and walk in, grateful to get out of my soaking wet clothes. The rain outside picks up. I find myself hoping that Emmy's not out running in this weather. She seems so adamant about doing the run alone. I can't help but wonder if her leg's still bothering her. I tried to remember whether or not I've seen her limping at all today, but I can't. Guess I was too caught up in enjoying the day, even if it did rain on us. As I think back over the events of today, I find myself focusing on my running partner. Her complete refusal to allow the rain to spoil her plans was incredibly cute. But there was something else there too. Sort of an unflappable attitude when it comes to enjoying the day as it comes. I really like that quality. Maybe I need to do a little bit of that myself.